In this, we are going to understand law of supply, assumptions of the law, explanation, then reason behind the operations of the law, and the shift of the supply curve. So these all we are going to study in this unit. Fine. This is the end of the topic. Now first we will understand law of supply. As we have already done about law of demand, what was the equation over there? What was the situation? It was a inverse relationship. That means if demand rises, prices go down, right? And if price rise, demand goes down. But here it is opposite. Supply means who supplies. Supply means the quantity which is being supplied by the producer. Okay, the one who is producing. Now when he will be interested in supplying? When the price of the product will be high in the market, right? You are a producer, you are producing anything. When you will supply the goods in the market, when it will be high. Why? Because if the price is high, you will earn more profit, right? So that is what law of supply has, a straight relationship, that is positive relationship. Here it is, what is the statement of Watson? Other things being equal, the supply of the commodity increases with a rise in the price and decreases with a fall in the price. Okay, that means it has what? Straight relationship. The relationship between the price and the supply is positive. Okay, so higher the price, higher will be the quantity supplied. Lower the price, lower will be the quantity supplied. Other things being equal. Don't forget to mention this line, because without this line your law is incomplete. Okay, so you will definitely mention other things being equal. When the price rises, supply rises. When the price decreases, supply decreases. Okay, now few assumptions which we are going to see ahead. Now you remember the phrase which I said, other things being equal, right? Now assumption means, that means what we are assuming, we are presuming that these are definitely there. Okay, so now what first statement was, other things being equal. That means all other factors are, we are considering, we are assuming that it is constant in the market. So what is there? There is no change in the price of related good. Related goods means the same type of substitutes. Okay, there is no change in the price. That is what we are assuming. Second, we are assuming that technology is not changing. Technology is constant. Third, what we are assuming, there is no change in the goal of the firm. That means my firm, okay, I am decided that I want to produce more. If the supply is if the price is high, I will supply and keep on producing. My goal has not changed. Okay, that means possibly I want to improve my technology, my working condition, any other goal. I want to increase my profit, I want to go for other things, but no, my goal has not changed. It is one constant. I am focused on the price only. Okay, there is no change in the price of factors of production. Now what are the factors of production? Land, labor, capital, entrepreneur, right? Now there is no change in that price. Okay, that is also constant. There is no expectations of change in the price in near future. Now if at all we expect that the price of particular product will rise, what the producer will do? The producer will hold the goods, right? So that is what we are assuming, that there is no such expectation. There will be no change in the price in coming future also. See, just now we studied the law, right? Now this is the explanation of the law. You can see the schedule over here. Here you will make two columns. One is price, another is quantity supplied. Do remember, it's not necessary that you will make the same price. You will mention the same price and quantity. You can mention your own, but the only thing which you have to check out, that you have to show a positive relationship. Positive relationship means you keep on increasing the price, so keep on increasing the quantity supplied. Okay, now you can see the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 price keep on increasing 10 units, right? Here you will see even equally the quantity is increasing 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. So likewise you can take your assume your own figure and make schedule, okay? But you have to remember that you have to show a positive relationship, okay? Then the diagram, explanation of the diagram. Do remember how you will draw a diagram. Here you have x-axis and y-axis, but do remember supply curve starts from the origin. Origin means 0, fine, and then it moves upwards, fine. So it moves upwards, do remember. So that is supply curve. So this is how you will show in the this graphical form. So this is tabular form, this is graphical form. Do remember, whenever the law comes, especially for 5 marks, then you have to mention the statement, assumption, explanation, diagram, explanation of the diagram, everything you have to mention, okay? So schedule, so do remember, you will learn this perfectly, fine. Let's understand the reason behind the operation of the law of supply. That means why my curve moves upwards, why my curve shows the positive slope, okay? First is level of profit. Now as the price increases, the level of price also rises, fine. Producer begin to produce and supply more in view of being profit expectation. Why? Because the price is high in the market, so producer expect more profit. So with that view they keep on producing, fine. Now on the other hand, if price falls, the producer decreases the supply. Why? Because now they expect less profit, fine. Next to come is change in stock. Now what is change in stock? When there are high price, producers begin out their stock for sale and thus the supply increases. In case of falling price, the seller would like to increase their stock to avoid losses. Change in stock means the stock which is with the producer. Now how the stock change? Suppose the market price is high. So what the producer will do? Whatever he is having in the stock, he will give it out in the market for sale, right? And if at all the situation is different, that means if the price is less, what he will do? He will stock it. Stock it means he will store it and will wait to be the high price, okay? So if he will expect that if the price will rise, then I will go for sale. So this is change in stock. Now next is exceptions to the law. Exceptions means in these cases this law never work out, okay? So first is agricultural good. The supply of agricultural goods depends upon what? So it depends more on natural factor, like you know very well, rainfall, okay? If rainfall is good, then agricultural will be very good. If it won't, then vice versa. Same way the fertility of the soil. If the fertility of the soil of particular area is good, they will have good produce. And if suppose it is Rajasthan, so can we expect a rice crop over there? No, we cannot expect it, right? Why? Because things differ over there. Then next is natural calamities. Suppose all of a sudden there is an earthquake. You can see very well a good example, Corona. So what will happen in such cases? Their price will differ, okay? And if there will be any such cases, then the price of agricultural produce will change, okay? Next is perishable goods. Now what kind of thing it is? Perishable goods means the goods which can spoil, which can get rotten. The supply of perishable goods like milk, vegetable, fish, eggs, etc. is also not affected by their price. Sailors cannot hold such goods for long. Now is it possible that sailor can hold milk if after 1 week the price of milk will rise, so I will sell my milk on that day? Not possible. Why? Because milk will get spoiled, it will get rotten. Fine. What he has to do, he has to sell it there and then, whatever may be the price, high or low. So the law will not work out over here. Next is goods of auctions. Now what do you mean by auctions? You must have seen there is auction of big paintings, the painters and all. So M.F. Hussein's painting. So will the price change, will be affected? Will there be any expectation, the high price, low price, or any such case? No, not at all. Why? There will be a flat price. Fine. So in such kind of goods, law never work out. Okay. Now we are going to see one of the important topic, that is change in quantity supplied, or you can say movement along the supply curve, and change in supply, or you can say shift of supply curve. Fine. Now what is the meaning? First we will go with that. Now other things remaining the same. When supply of a commodity changed due to change in the price of the commodity, it is called change in quantity supplied. Okay. Do remember, other things remaining the same. When the supply of a commodity changes due to change in price. So what is the important factor which is acting over here? Only price. Rest all are constant. Okay. So it is called what? Change in quantity supplied. Fine. Now when supply of a commodity changes due to factors other than commodity's own price, it is called change in supply. Okay. When supply of commodity changes due to other factors, so what is working over there? Other factors are working. Price is constant. Okay. Why I am pressurizing the word? Because this is the main meaning. Fine. First part, other things are equal, price is changing. Second, price is constant, rest all factors are working, rest all factors are changing. Okay. Now type. There are two types of change in its quantity supplied. We can say expansion of supply, or you can say contraction of supply. Fine. Now change in supply is also of two types. Okay. That is increase in supply and decrease in supply. Now effect on supply curve. It results in movement along the same supply curve. You have seen movement along the same demand curve? Same it is. Okay. There will be the change on the same supply curve. Fine. Now here in another case, what will be the result? Is it result in shift of supply curve. Now what will happen here? Either the supply curve will shift to right or to left. Depends whatever may be the situation. See, you can check out the diagram over here. It has been clearly shown. See the supply curve moving upward, right? Now whenever there is a change, you can see on same supply curve only the point is changing, right? Why? Because price is working, price is changing, rest all factors are equal. Due to price, quantity is changing, supply is changing. Okay. Now if you will see here, that is shift of supply curve, you can see here the price is constant. Okay. Now what happened? It depends what is the necessity, according to the necessity, or you can say change in other factors like change in taste, change in fashion, anything. Okay. So that in that case, what happened? The supply curve is shifting. Either it will shift to left or it will shift to right. Okay. Now upward movement from A to B shows expansion of supply in case of change in quantity supplied, or you can say movement along the supply curve. What is the case? Upward movement. If you see the explanation of the diagram, you can see very well it is moving from A to B, right? It shows what? Expansion of supply. Fine. Now if it is A to C, that is contraction of supply. Fine. Now here if you'll see another case, that is shift of supply curve when it is moving from A to B. Okay, so that is rightward shift. Just check out your hands. Towards right it is coming. Okay, so it is what? Rightward shift of supply curve from SS to SS1. It indicates what? Increase in supply. Now likewise, if there is a left shift of supply curve from SS to SS2, okay, S to S2, that is indicates decrease in supply, or you can say a shifting of point from A to C. Okay, so that is what? Decrease in supply. Why? Because the movement is leftward. Okay. Now let's understand the expansion in supply, or you can say increase in the quantity supplied, or you can say increase in supply. Do remember, it is not, first part is in case of expansion in supply, it is not increase in supply. What is it? It is increase in quantity supplied. So mark that word. Okay, next is increase in supply. Now what is the meaning? When a larger quantity is supplied at a higher price, it is called what? Expansion in supply, or you can say increase in quantity supplied. When a larger quantity is supplied at the same price, it is called increase in supply. Okay, again I'll mark the words. Do remember, when quantity is supplied at a high price, when large quantity is supplied at a high price, it is called what? Expansion in supply, or you can say increase in quantity supplied. And likewise, when a larger quantity is supplied at the same price, it is called what? Increase in supply. It is due to rise in commodities own price. Now it results from the change in factors other than commodities own price. So this is because of change in price. Rest all factors are constant. Here this is because other factors are changing, price is constant. Okay, so here some examples are given. Now what are the other factors? You know that very well, that is factor price. Factor price, that is factor input, right? You remember factors of production. So their price is changing, right? Fall in prices of goods, improvement in technology, or any other reason. Okay, next is effect on supply curve. What will be the effect? Now this will leads to upward movement. We have already studied when there is an upward movement on the same supply curve. That is what? That is expansion in supply. Okay. Likewise, whenever there is a right shift of supply curve, that is increase in supply. Okay. Next is contraction in supply and decrease in supply. Meaning is, when a lesser quantity is supplied at a lower price, it is called contraction of supply, or you can say decrease in quantity supplied. Now when a lesser quantity is supplied at the same price, it is called decrease in supply. Okay. Next, causes. Now what is the reason behind this? So first reason is, in case of contraction in supply, what is the reason? Again there is a change in its own price. Other factors are constant. Now what is the reason over here? It occurs due to change in factors other than commodities own price. Now such as increase in factor prices, then rise in price of other goods, fall in the number of firms, any other reason. Okay. Now it results in downward movements along the supply curve. We have already studied, when there is upward movement, it is expansion. When it is downward movements, there is contraction. Next is decrease in supply. It will lead to left shift of supply curves. Okay. Now let's understand some shift factors, that is determinants of supply curve. So right shift of supply curve, left shift of supply curve. What are the inputs? What are the reasons? So fall in input price can be the reason. Now here rise in input price can be the reason. Okay. Now technology, improvement in technology of production. when there is a right shift. Okay, so what will happen to the technology? Technology will improve. Now when there is a left shift, what will happen to the technology? No doubt technology will be affected. Okay, so use of outdated technology, or you can say the deteriorated or waste type of technology is used. Okay, now price of related goods, that means relevant goods of the product. What will happen in case of right shift? In case of rightward shift, what will be? It will be fall in price of related goods. Okay, now leftward shift, rise in price of related goods. Okay, why? Because due to leftward shift, what will happen? There is a decrease in supply. Fine. So whenever there is a decrease in supply, the rise of related goods will be there, and whenever there is increase in supply, fall in the price of related goods. Okay, taxes. Now lowering of taxes on production. No doubt your supply is increased, so taxes less. That means now you have more expectation of profit. Same way, raising taxes on production. Okay, whenever there is a decrease, or you can say left shift, what will happen? There will be rise in taxes. Subsidies, that is concession which is being given by the government. Now raising subsidies on production. Okay, so whenever there will be a rise in the subsidy, there will be increase in supply. Consideration is increased, right? Government is giving you concession, you will try to get more. Same way, lowering subsidies on production, that there will be leftward shift. Okay, is it clear?